Hey, what's going on, Merc fam? I hope that everyone is having an exceptional week. I am here trying to recover from my casino trip last night.
Damn, everybody eating good, was cracking, was popping,
I didn't get home till about 4 in the morning. We was out doing the most for real. But anyway, I've been planning on doing this review for a couple of days now. I actually watched Snake Eyes. I want to say it was Thursday. Today is Sunday. This movie really surprised me, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. But before we get into that, I want to make sure that everybody likes, subscribes, taps the notification bells, become Noti Gang, alright? I need everybody to stay tuned and make sure that everything I'm posting you're aware of. I know that there has to be a percentage of the world out there who does not know exactly the origins of G.I. Joe or why there's even a movie. To be honest, I never really had an interest in G.I. Joe, whether or not there was a show, a cartoon, or the toys. But my oldest uncle, my dad's younger brother, actually put me onto G.I. Joes as a kid. He had a very large collection. He gave me about 2 or 3, and they were actually G.I. Joes. They were not ninjas. I didn't necessarily know that in the G.I. Joe universe there are ninjas. Once they made the Rise of the Cobra movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Channing Tatum, I was then introduced to this whole Cobra universe. So that's pretty much where any interest or knowledge of G.I. Joe comes from in my life. Like I told you guys in the beginning, I am not the biggest G.I. Joe fan, but I really wanted to be open-minded during this film, and I didn't want to judge it so quickly. I did get a little Mortal Kombat vibe in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, even though this movie had a couple of action sequences and fighting styles that reminded me of those movies. I really enjoyed this for what it was worth. This film is more or less based in the realm of vengeance and getting revenge. Our main character lost his father to a bad guy who forced him to roll a pair of loaded dice, and if Snake Eyes was landed on, then he was gonna lose his life. Now, ironically, even though I was in a casino, I don't necessarily shoot dice, so I didn't know that Snake Eyes was a bad thing. I almost thought that in the movies and cartoons, they're like, come on, Snake Eyes. But I guess that that's not something that this guy wanted, and he ended up losing his life. Our main character as a kid actually adopts the alias of Snake Eyes from that moment. He actually tried to intervene while they were attacking his father, but unfortunately he had to escape. Fast forward 20 years later, and we see our character in some really intense physical battle with some guy gladiator style. Of course he wins, and he is approached by some guy who says that he's been watching him and he wants to recruit him for his team and that he can help him to give him something that he's really looking for: the murderer, or the guy responsible for the loss of his father. This is why I said the movie reminded me of Mortal Kombat. If you remember, the main character in that movie was also some sort of MMA fighter who was approached and recruited for a bigger battle. And I'm sorry guys, I can't help but draw these correlations with these movies. I feel that sometimes they don't know how to create their own lane, and they use formulas that they have seen work recently. So I'm gonna give you guys my spoilery warning right now. I don't want to ruin this shit for you guys. It's a really good movie, and I really want you to watch it. So if you have not watched it, go ahead, save this to your watch playlist. You can revisit this video at another time when you check out my channel like you always do, and you can go ahead and catch up on what you missed. But let's go ahead and let's finish this review. As a person who was watching this movie not knowing exactly who certain characters are or the history between characters, I really felt that the movie did a good job introducing everyone to me. But in that same thought, I feel that the movie was trying to rely on the fans' knowledge and history of G.I. Joe. There was a character or two that I didn't necessarily know who they were, but the way that they were introduced on screen, it was in such a like bravado-ish type of manner that I felt this is someone important and I should know their names even though I didn't. So in the movie, we've got Snake Eyes and his new acquired friend who becomes Storm Shadow. The movie really dabbles in the concept of being double and triple cross, and I'm gonna explain. In the trailer, they make it seem like Snake Eyes was putting his life on the line for Storm Shadow to save him because he says, I saw honor in your eyes and I really wanted to help you. I'm not a murderer. But lo and behold, he's really playing a role for the guy who recruited him, but he is sent to infiltrate the clan because there's history between these two different parties. There's a moment in the movie where they show you the Cobra signal, and if you don't know who the fuck Cobra is, you don't really care. Even though they claimed this to be an origin movie, I felt like they left out so much pertinent information that we needed in an introduction of old characters in a revamped franchise. Going into the third act or the ending of this movie was a little bit predictable. I say that because most movies that lead in vengeance or getting a certain level of revenge end up with the main character growing and learning to forgive the person that hurt them and move on. So that's really what we got to see in this movie. A lot of growth from our main character, Snake Eyes. At the end of the day, I really love the action. I really love the fight sequences. There were a couple of times where the ninjas were fighting and doing some unexplainable, non-gravitational type of fighting styles. And I don't know why, but they make it seem like ninjas just have these super awesome secret abilities, right? At the end of the day, I'm gonna give Snake Eyes a 6 out of 10. I really enjoyed the originality, even though they bit off a couple of things. The way that the storyline played out with the evident villains and the main issues, I really enjoyed, man. They stuck true to what they were trying to do. They had a full consciousness of what they were trying to accomplish with this movie, and I really feel that they reached their goal. I'm sure that they were trying to reach out to all these old fans and then introduce the new kids to a new level of G.I. Joe. But what did you guys think of this review? Did you hate it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Only way that I'm gonna know is if you guys jump in my comment section and we have a full-on discussion. I've been having a lot of good conversations with my Merc fam out there, and I've been getting a lot of good feedback and constructive criticism, so don't think that I'm on some high horse. Anything that I could do better, just let me know, man. But you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Merc. It's been a pleasure, but I'm out. What's the deal, Merc fam? Thank you for tuning in to another one of my reviews. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. If you enjoyed this review and you're interested in seeing a little bit more by your boy, why don't you click on another one of my reviews, like maybe this one, or what about that one? It's all up to you, man. Just make sure you share with a friend, like and subscribe, tap the notification bell. It's your boy Merc. It's been a pleasure, but I'm out.